Hi de gallo. Well, let's see if I'm brave enough to get through this. I guess that's a thing. Now, this was a gift to me from a friend when I was when I was a much younger man, and it's been a while since I've looked through it, and it's one of my favorite books because although the subject matter is very difficult and depressing, to say the least, there is an undertone of optimism despite very, very impossible, dire, and the worst circumstances imaginable. So out of all of that comes beauty. I mean, sad beauty, but still beauty. If you don't know what this is, there was during World War II, there's a concentration camp for children, and it was a weird mix because there were many, many children there, but also for some reason a big a big swath or portion of creators, of artists and teachers. And in the middle of all these circumstances, in the middle of disease and death, these creative people took it upon themselves to teach children, to teach them and to keep their education up, not knowing what was going to happen, maybe knowing what was going to happen. And I guess that inspires me. I guess one of those things, whatever situation you're in, if it's very difficult, if it's mildly annoying, life can feel very, very impossible. It can feel very difficult. I don't know if I'm an optimist, but one of the things that is kind of an ism I live by is that people can really get wound up by politics. And, I have beliefs in politics. I have faith. But I think the best version of faith and the best version of politics you could ever practice are think about everybody who has run across your path in a given day. Was their life better for the experience? I may have said that on other low-res, high-content videos, but that's kind of my deal. And so yes, always optimism, because if children, knowing that they face impossible things and being so young and not understanding, yet understanding what they face, can have hope and optimism. Because if you look at these poems, and I don't know if I got it in me to read anything. I'll read a slightly happier one, although there's always an undertone here on the left side. A mousie sat upon a shelf, catching fleas in his coat of fur. But he couldn't catch her, what a chagrin, she's hidden way inside her skin. He turned and wriggled, knew no rest, that flea was such a nasty pest. So silly, but also serious, knowing the circumstances. And if you look at some of the materials here, at one point there's a program here where, really pretty amazing stuff, and that these artists and teachers are pouring their lives, what was left of their lives, into these kids, so that in the middle of all this blackness, in the middle of all this blackness, they were trying to make somebody else's lives better. So that's why I guess maybe I try to have optimism, despite everything, despite work situations or family situations or anything. If, again, I probably said it already, but if these kids can find something, I think I can too. And yeah, I think I just said it, but towards the end, there was a yeah, there was a cityscape that was built out of some kind of form. At one point, they were using wallpaper and other things. So yeah, really good stuff. They were using anything they could get a hold of to teach these kids. And the easy thing here, I guess I'll end on this. The easy thing here is just to take this and make an application to whoever you don't like, and apply the terms that always get applied or seem to get applied nowadays. Or you could look at whatever circumstance you're in and think about how you can make other people's lives better. I mean, those are really the choices. And as angry or optimistic, I guess, as you are about anything, you can't really control anything except for how you treat others and your own attitude. And so, for me, whenever I read this, those are the things I think about. Sticking with it in spite of terrible, terrible things. Always maintaining a good attitude, and wherever you're stationed in life, using whatever you have, little or great, to pour that into other people. Yeah, that's all I got today. That's one of my favorite things in the whole deal there. The leaves and the shadow on the leaf. But anyway, the glasses, no matter how dark the glass is, it can always be half full.